Welcome to Paris, France. It's one of the most captivating cities in the entire world. There's so much to do and see here, so let's just get started. We're about to go on a tour of the Paris Catacombs. In this case, these catacombs are ossuaries, or places where skeletal remains are put. It's one of the oldest ossuaries in the entire world, and it's also one of the few remaining underground ones. Let's go check this out. So it's self-guided. Only seeing about 1 kilometer of the 300 kilometers of tunnels through Paris. First, we're going to see the quarries that led to the collapse of quite a number of buildings in the city center. There are places where you can see street names or landmarks above ground, so you know where you're at. This is the aqueduct, but it collapsed in 1784. We're entering the underworld, and it's been open since 1809 to the public.
This is definitely the creepy part. Just how many folks are buried down here? We're told there are more than 6 million people's remains. They were moved into these old Roman quarries below the city in the late 1700s, when the city cemeteries had become dangerously overcrowded. The bones themselves come from centuries of burials, some dating back to the Middle Ages. And check this out, look how carefully everything's arranged. Skulls and femurs stacked up into the walls. They even shaped them into crosses and hearts. We see some workers, but they're not using new bones, they're just fixing up the old ones, stacking them up because they became unstable. We're told that there is no class distinction here. Rich or poor, noble or common, everyone is placed side by side. That's something that wasn't done in life, but only here in death. Looking at some carvings from different eras, this really is like a time capsule. We see signs of medieval faith and Enlightenment reforms, revolutionary upheaval, and a kind of romantic fascination with death. What's really sobering, when you think about it just for a minute, these aren't just artifacts. These were people like us who lived and died and who became part of the history of Paris. It really is one of the most unique things we've ever done.
For something a little bit more lighthearted, we are going on a river cruise of the Seine.
The ticket we bought for the catacombs is a combo with this river cruise, and we chose to do the river cruise second. We glide under Paris's bridges, each with its own character. There's Notre Dame. The water itself adds a calm rhythm to the city. And of course, there's the Eiffel Tower rising above it all. Along the way, we pass other buildings too. Some with castle-like towers, others that look like apartments. All part of the mix that makes Paris so unique from the river's perspective.
This city is filled with iconic museums. In fact, there are more than 130 of them in Paris. The largest and most visited museum of them all, the Louvre, and I'm talking about the largest in the world. The Louvre has 35,000 works of art. Supposedly it takes weeks to see it all. We don't have weeks, we have hours. So I'm going to show you some of the highlights. And of course, we have to see the Mona Lisa. Just be a little patient. You have to kind of inch your way towards it. You still only get within about 20 feet of it, but plenty close enough to see it. Then, of course, there's the Venus de Milo. And there are just countless others from different eras of art history. And even before then, there's some stuff here from the Egyptian times. Basically, something for everyone. We are walking along the Champs-Élysées to understand how Paris is the global fashion capital. This street here is lined with cafes and theaters and, of course, luxury shops. Before we immerse ourselves in Parisian fashion, let's see how the city became the fashion capital.
Fashion here started in the 17th century when King Louis XIV used clothing and style to project France's power. From then on, Paris became the center of elegance and craftsmanship. By the 20th century, the city was hosting Fashion Week, drawing designers and models from all over the world. Even today, Paris sets the tone for style and creativity.
Instead of going shopping here, which I can't afford anyway, let's make something.
So my name is Fabrice, and it was with me that you worked in the hat workshop.
Je vais commencer par vous expliquer les 4 étapes pour la réalisation de votre chapeau. Je suis fini.
I will start by explaining the 4 steps for making your hat. The first step will be to choose the material and color of your hat. The second step will be to choose the shape of your hat. You are allowed 5 possible shapes.
La troisième étape, ça va être la partie musculation et transpiration.
The third step will be the muscle building and sweating part.
Or maybe I do a combination of the two like this. Apparently these little accessories cost a little more, but you know, hey, you can't stop now.
You're going to try on your hat, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror, and you're going to tell me if the brim suits you or if you want me to make it even smaller.
Ok. Jusqu'à tailleur, des petites bottes. Ça, c'est grand.
Much more acceptable. Not too flashy.
Tu vas prendre.
Messy. Not bad, guys. So much better to make something. It was a lot of fun. Apparently they have other tours here. They have a workshop. You can make your own bags and jackets and just fun stuff. What struck me most here isn't just the maps or the headlines, but the sense of community in the face of war. The resistance wasn't only soldiers, it was neighbors, shopkeepers, students, families, posters of defiance, tools of survival, and even underground newspapers show how everyday Parisians stood together against occupation. Their sabotage and intelligence work directly supported the Allies, and their uprising in Paris helped make liberation possible. The museum also traces the liberation itself, from the destruction the city endured to the moment General de Gaulle marched under the Arc de Triomphe. It honors the heroes who risked everything to make that day possible. A must-see in this museum is the bunker. Putting on the virtual reality headset, we are led to different rooms to, quote-unquote, meet the major players of the day. You feel the tension of those final hours, the planning, the uncertainty, and the hope that Paris would be free again. All in all, this museum tells a story I don't think gets told enough or even at all, which is why I wanted to come and show it to you.
What a great way to end this visit to Paris with a beautiful view of the city. Thanks for joining me on Mary Goes Round the World.
Here's my tip of the week for you. It's about museums. Here in Paris, there are so many of them, so probably you will hit one or two. Know that many of them have extended hours, at least one day a week, and try to hit it in those times because that's when, I think, Parisians or people like to partake in the Parisian cuisine. So while everybody's eating, you can be hitting those museums. Make sure you bring a snack.